Hey, how you doing, everybody? I'm glad to be back. This is Simon with Forever Young RC. I did take a little break. The weather's a little cooler now. It's easier to get outside and run some of these rigs. I've got my old trusty first generation TRX4, and I think it came out in like 2017. I got one of the first ones. This one gets used between me and my son often, but it needed some updates. And here's the main updates that's gonna happen. What I did, I have a new transmission. I did go take this apart, go through the gears, make sure they were all greased up really good. Some of them were, some of them were not, but I took care of that and put a little Loctite to cinch it all down, metal to metal. I'm gonna be changing the inserts in my tires, and I wanted to move to some silicone inserts. These tires are my favorite tires to look at, not as far as climbing and everything, but these are the mudslingers, aka in the real world, the TSL boggers. Man, I love these. First, before I get started, I want to weigh this transmission. I want to see how much heavier this transmission is, because man, this is a heavy truck anyway. I've got a lot of different electronics in here. I've got a light setup in here, got a Reefs 422 servo in here. So let's see. All right, the stock transmission, 162 grams. The new transmission feels quite a bit heavier. Wow, 240 grams. So, you know, good or bad, we're gonna do it. We're gonna put that in there. It doesn't really bother me too much with the weight, because this thing is a tank anyway, and I don't use this primarily for crawling. Like I said, it's a trail truck, but it's just a fun truck. One of the first motors that I ever bought for crawlers, it's the Tekin Rock 412, and this thing is a 3100 kV. And this was before I really knew a lot about any of the rock crawling motors. This thing will get you crawling down low, but man, it has some speed. So in this TRX4, I can pop it up into high gear and take off and have a lot of fun. My son has a lot of fun with it. And that's why I like keeping these mudslingers on here is, man, you can really chew in the dirt and dig in the dirt. I mean, look at these things. These things, I just love these, because if they're coming down the road at you, it looks like they're eating the pavement right in front of you. They just got such an aggressive look, man. I love those. What we're going to do, we're going to get this transmission put in, going to get everything installed and redone, and I'll come back after I'm finished and we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll take it out for a test drive. Man, I had a really good time doing this. It was very fun because I haven't torn into this in a long time. It's been years, and I'm trying to get the thumping sound out of the transmission. However, the way you adjust the pinions on these TRX4s, I don't like it. You can't get minimum adjustment. It's only got holes that you can put the screws in. So it's still, the fit is a little tight and it isn't as quiet as I'd like. But these drivetrains, they are known to be pretty loud anyway. So I got the silicone inserts in here. I put that all metal gear transmission in here, the housing and everything. It's a little bit more weight than I wanted to add, but hey, it already weighs a lot, so who's counting? It's a trail truck. It's made to eat the dirt, right? It's an overkill on the speed controller that I have. It's a Mamba X, which is awesome. It's lasted me for years. I got a Reefs servo in here, and man, I've got all kind of wiring in here. Most wired truck that I have, I've got winch, lights, telemetry on here. Then you got all three servos to switch from low to high and to lock your rear and front axles. One other thing I wanted to show you guys that I'm really excited to try out is these new little gizmos here that I have been working with. Well, they're not new. I've known about them. They've been around for years, but I just started to use them. So I've got my lights on here. And so I don't have to unplug and everything when to take the body off. They're just magnetized. And you can just, whoop, boom, magnetized. The lights will come on, you put the body on, then when you get ready to take it off, you just undo it, take the body off, boom. I love stuff like this with this hobby. That's why I love it. These little ins and outs you can do to just customize your trucks, it makes it that much more fun for me. I'm going to start experimenting with these a little bit more on some other vehicles. You know, they're kind of expensive to buy on Amazon though. I think 2 of these were like $9, but I also did get the ones you solder up yourself. You basically, it just gives you these magnets here, and then you know, solder them up yourself. You get 2 with that for like $8 or $9, so it's not that much more cheap, but you do get to kind of customize it to the way you need it. And I've been curious. I have not ever weighed this vehicle. I'm going to show you right here. I was really surprised at the weight distribution. I've got a pretty decent distribution from front to rear, plus or minus 2 or 3%, 60-40, you know, to the front, which is great. It's, you know, you want to be, if you want to climb some stuff decently, 60% to the front is kind of ideal. But in this truck just weighs in just under 8 pounds. I thought it was a little bit heavier than that, but that's still a heavy vehicle. You can see why. There's so much more wiring, all these other servos on here. This truck is just a joy to run. All right, so let's get this outside. I'm gonna get the body on it, get the lights hooked up, and check out that gear mesh a little bit more, and just go on a nice evening run.